Hey, what's up, CrossFit Joliet? It's Zach in my basement again. I wanted to present you guys with a nice mobility piece. I did this on Wednesday with our class for front squats. Open up those hips. So really, anytime you can do this hip opener would be, anytime we're snatching, we're cleaning, we're squatting. Right? Anytime if your hips feel locked down, this would be a time to use this piece before class, all right? And we're going to take you through 4 different exercises in one movement, right? We're just going to keep flowing through it. Try to spend at least a minimum of a minute in each exercise. Ideally, 2 to 3 minutes would be perfect, all right? So real quick, first one, I don't have a rack, but you would tie the band up to the rack. So make sure that your band is about knee height or a little bit above, like mid-thigh. That would be perfect. You're going to put your leg through. Once you're in the band, you're going to stay in here for all 4 movements, all right? So the first one I'm going to take you through is that kneeling hip flexor stretch. So you're going to get yourself back into almost like a split lunge. Couple big points here. 1, make sure that we're not overextended in the lumbar and we're sitting like this. Right, we're not stretching out that anterior hip flexor, which is what we're trying to target. Right. The other piece, make sure that front knee is externally rotated to create room for the hip. Right. So to prevent that lumbar from overextending, just tuck that rib cage down. Right. As we drop into the stretch, let the band do the work and pull you forward. Okay. We can pulse the glute to drop deeper and deeper into this stretch. We can also put pressure on the band here to pull that hip into further extension. Right? We can hang out here. We can pulse the glute down here as well. At any point, if we feel like we've hit end range of motion, we can come out, and then we can start to drop back in, pulse the glute, drop deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay? The other piece we can do with this is the front leg. We can manipulate that so we can go wider with that front leg. Okay? And create a different little angle for the hip. We can bring that front leg tight to the band, right, and create some different angles for ourselves, right? So that's the first one, kneeling hip flexor stretch. Next one, staying in the band, right? Create tension in the band, make sure it's nice and high in the hip. You're gonna walk yourself forward. The leg that's in the band is gonna be forward. You're gonna have a soft knee in the front. The back leg, just make sure it's in a good position so that it's keeping you stationary. Make sure that toe in the back foot is pointed straight ahead. It's not flared open like that, okay? So make sure that's pointing straight ahead. What we call these is like bird bobs. We're working on that high hamstring piece here to open that up. We can once again put our hands on our chest, keep that rib cage down. I'm gonna stay retracted, and as I come down, I'm gonna hip hinge first. I'm gonna shoot that butt back as far as I can, keeping a soft knee. I'm staying in good posture. Bringing myself down as far as I can. Once I feel like I've hit end range of motion, I'm going to come back up. And I'm just going to repeat this movement, trying to get deeper and deeper every time. Okay? Right from there, so that's number 2. Number 3, we're going to walk our hands forward. We're going to try and maintain a flat back here. We're going to take this front leg and we're going to drive it into full extension here, all right? And we can play around with how far our feet are split to give us a different feel, right? And we're just going to pump that front leg into full extension. You're going to feel a nice stretch through that hamstring, right? And through that high hamstring, right where it meets the glute, right? And that's what we're looking for. So that's number 3, okay? The last piece, right, if you want to come on over here so you get a good angle. The last piece is going to be putting our hip into external rotation, and we're going to allow that band to pull the hip back into the socket, right? So from here, right, I'm angling myself so the band's pulling my hip back. I'm going to take my inside arm, I'm going to put it down on my foot, hold it in place. From here, I can work different things. I can work counterclockwise rotations, clockwise rotations. Right, I can work elbow to the ground. I can work rotations following that hand while keeping this externally rotated. Never let that knee buckle in. All right. I can work on dropping in nice and deep here. I can come out of it, come back in. There's a lot of different things we can do. There's no set rule on this mobility piece. It just depends on how you feel and how tight you are and where you need the work, all right? So after that, boom, come on out. After that, you got one leg done. You should have spent at least 1 to 2 minutes on each exercise, and then switch it over to your other hip. And by the end of that, you should feel ready to go for any type of squat movement.